Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is Promise and I'm the host of this YouTube channel called Money, where we talk everything sex, dating and relationships for men. Okay, so today we're going to be having another interesting conversation. But before I delve into that conversation, I just want to say welcome for all of you. Welcome to this video. Welcome to this YouTube channel and thank you all for your support. Please remember to like the video, to share the video, and to subscribe to the channel. All right. Okay, so today we're going to be having a very juicy and interesting conversation. So I'd want us to delve into it, and we're just going to talk about. I'm going to talk about three things that you should be doing as a man when dealing with women. Three things you should do as a man when dealing with women. That's really important. I mean, dealing with women, you've got to be smart as a man, really smart, right? You've got emotions, but you also need to apply your head game to every single thing that you do, right, as a man, as regards dealing with women, all right? Because you live in a world where women are becoming a lot more smarter, and by default, I heard somebody say by default women are born players. I don't know how true that statement is, but I don't know. For some reason, it seems true, So yeah, but before I delve into or unravel, whatever I want to say in the conversation, I also just want to say, like I said in the previous video, as a man, the onus is on you to be a very attractive male, to become a very attractive male. You need to constantly work on yourself because you see, you're in a position to lead as a man, to lead in relationships, and to lead in every other affair in life, right? That's the position that you attain by default. All right. Now, when you're a gamed up man, one thing you want is to get women, right? Gamed up men get women. Not all the women, but I mean, majority of the women. At the end of the day, what we want as gamed up men is to meet high value chicks, right? A chick who is approachable, a chick who has got game herself. She's very self aware, right? She's very confident. She knows what she wants. She knows and can recognize a confident man and a man of value, right? She's very open minded. She's very social. And as much as anything else, she loves honesty and she loves a man that is very, about his intentions when dealing with women. And that's the kind of man you want to be. Okay, so to deal with this kind of man, this kind of woman, sorry, you would have to do these things. So the number one thing you have to do is to always be straightforward about your intent as a man. Now, I hear lots of men try to deny that the major purpose, majority of the time, for which men approach women is sexual, right? And there is this innate thing that makes us want to explore our sexual desires, for women. And that attributes to women as well when dealing with men. But because a lot of men don't have balls and a lot of them don't have the game, and a lot of them are simps, so they live in, I don't know, denial. They try to say that most men want to get to know women first and then, just go through the whole get to know me, get to know you process before having sex with these women. And that's not true. By default, majority of the men want to have sex on day one or a few days after day one, basically. The ones who go through the whole getting to know you stage, majority of the time are men who don't have the balls to tell women what they want. Men who are not straight up about their intentions, men who try to cut corners and go around the bush, they beat around the bush, get to know you. They want to be friends with this woman. Actually, just get themselves in a position where the lady's comfortable, and then they can then at that point talk about sex, and engage sex with this woman. Sorry, and that's a very very disingenuous thing to do. I think the best thing a man who meets a woman on day one owes that woman is honesty, right? And one of the reasons why you being straightforward about your intention as a man is good for you is there's two things: she's feeling you or she's not, right? If she's feeling you, that's I mean that's a great one. You want to engage with her sexually, and then you guys just explore yourselves. And just keep things very fluid. Just very calm. But then if she isn't feeling you sexually, then what you want to do is to move on. You don't want to waste any time with a lady who's not feeling you. But unfortunately, a lot of guys who do these things, they simp, they try to get themselves in the friend zone. And trust me, women are very quick to initiate friend zones or friendships because it benefits them the most. Sorry, it benefits them the most compared to the benefits that men derive from being friends with women. You know, and the idea is they get the whole boyfriend energy whilst being your friend, right? They get affection from you, they get attention from you, they get validation from you, they get protection from you, they get provision from you, right? So why do they need to give you sex or to date you to get any of these things? And lots of guys provide these things in the friend zone, and that's totally wrong, right? And so if she's not on your agenda, remember as the man, you have to lead. If she's not following your lead, then you have to keep it moving. If you don't, you're going to put yourself in a position where you're going to be used by the woman, and you don't want that, right? And so the number two thing you should be doing is you need to determine at every point the status of your relationship with women. Women are very quick to put a tag on what they have with men, and majority of the time, it's always well friends, right? You don't let a woman determine what relationship exists between the both of you. You have to be very self-aware, very self-conscious. Sometimes you could spot them in conversations where you're talking to a woman and she says something like, talking to a chick and she says something like, aren't we friends? I thought we were friends, right? No, we're not friends, right? You have to charge her to the game instantly. And, you have to stamp your foot as the man and tell her, this is what I want. And do not be scared to call it quits. I find a lot of men are also scared to call it quits. When you're dealing with a woman who um, wants to or has initiated a friend zone, without your knowing. Because I mean, come to think of it, right? If two people are going to be friends, or if two people are going to be engaged in anything, there has to be some agreement from both sides. But you find that women just call you friends without you people even having that conversation, and that's totally wrong. But lots of men accept that just because they will do anything, to get themselves, first of all, to have those women stay in their, just to have these women around their space, first of all. And they think by doing having these women around, it puts them in a position where they will eventually get what they want, which is sex, right? And majority of the time that doesn't happen because these women most of the time will ghost you, not pick your calls, or not text you any longer. And then you realize that she's gone and she's ghosted you for life, and that's going to be a big loss to you. Just always remember this: women don't like to lose and they don't like to waste, right? Women don't like to lose, and that's why they don't want to put sex, the conversation of sex, right out there, right? And that's why as a man you have to always be in charge and lead, right? They don't like to lose because they know and they understand that the best thing they can offer you as a man is sex. That's the best value they can offer, and that's why they prioritize sex so much. That's why they keep it. If it wasn't something that, if sex isn't something that women prioritize, then it should just be out there. It should be a conversation that they should be willing to have when they want. But they know that's the most important thing that they offer, and men offer more when it comes to male female dynamics and even dealing with the dating and sex markets. Men offer more by default. So that's something you need to understand. The third thing you need to do is you should never offer women anything without them earning it. I find that a lot of men do this, especially when you try to get the attention of women that they like. Now, why do you think if you can't get a lady's attention naturally without having to commit any resource or anything, why do you think you're going to get her attention by putting in a lot of money? And another question is, there are lots of guys doing what you're doing out there, right? There are lots of sims like you, giving her money, giving her providing affection and attention, provision, all of these things. So why do you think you're any different, right? One thing I always tell guys is you should, I mean, your value as a man when it comes to dealing with women is you need to earn every value, right? Um, every value a man gets from a woman is earned. They work for it, right? But everything that a woman gets from a man, they don't work for it. Their value is just based on how sexy the chick looks, how pretty she looks, how attractive she looks. And that's it. It just makes her valuable, and it puts her in a position where she feels like she can get whatever she wants, and she deserves anything that she wants or she desires, and that's totally wrong. That's fundamentally wrong. And sadly enough, a lot of ladies have carried this mindset in our society today, and that's totally wrong. And that's because there are lots of men out there who are encouraging, this kinds of mindsets, who are, initiating this mindsets in women, right? And so you also need to understand that if you look around you as a man, men are by default not valued by women or respected by women in the society, and that's why you see an average guy would walk up to an average lady and say, or what, like, "Hello, beautiful lady," and then he gets disrespected, right? He's been insulted by the ladyhood, or he's been snubbed, right? And then when you ask these ladies, they say, "Oh, he's a stranger," and they just make excuses. But if the same stranger had offered to give you £1,000, you will take that money from that stranger, right? And so you're willing to go with strangers that appear to be rich and have cars, and you're willing to go with them to eat food, and you're willing, to let them take you shopping to the most expensive stores, the Gucci stores. But then when it comes to just talking to a normal guy, he becomes a stranger, and then you don't talk to strangers, and then that is a good enough excuse for you to be rude, and for you to be disrespectful. And so you find a lot of ladies do not respect men; they do not value men, right? So um, you need to make ladies earn. They need to put up a good behavior. Now, you're gonna ask a lot of people would ask how can a woman earn everything that she gets from a man, and it's simple. She has to follow your lead. She has to listen to you. She has to put up a good behavior. She has to be respectful. She has to value you as a man. And these are not things that you demand. These are things that you see by default. It has to be a natural occurrence. It has to be something that is exhibited, a natural display from the lady. And every single time she displays his actions, then you reward her for her, her actions. And that's how life is. Generally in every sphere of life, people who get things, they earn them. Nobody, a lazy man doesn't earn anything. For you to earn anything in the world you live in, you've got to work for them. You've got to put in the effort. You've got to put in the work. But I don't know. For ladies, they don't. Ladies these days just have to be pretty to earn, stuff from men, and that's very wrong. You have to as a man have a structure that rewards a lady for putting up a good behavior. Because if a lady doesn't put up a good behavior and she's rewarded with the finest of good things of life, she's rewarded with a trip to an expensive country, or she's rewarded with a brand new car, she's rewarded with a Gucci bag, or she's rewarded with a good hair or something. Um, she wouldn't need to put up a good behavior, because whether or not she puts up a good behavior, she's rewarded. And that's really wrong, right? Women need to be rewarded for their good behavior. These are the things you need to be doing as a man when dealing with women. You have to do these things, and these things will put you at a point of advantage as a man. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. Leave your ideas, and if you have questions, please post your questions, or you could send an email or something. Just send your questions, and I will answer in the comment section if I see them, or if I get emails, I will respond to those emails, or I'll answer them in the next video. Thank you all so much. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and click on the notification bell for more content and videos to come. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.